Hey y'all, come on up. It's Porch Settin Sunday. So it's a beautiful, beautiful day. Look at the mountains. I'll show you the mountains. Beautiful, beautiful sunshiny day. The leaves is just about gone, but they've changed. Look how beautiful, ladies, guys and girls. Look at that. See the change? Oh yeah, look at that. Look at there. Okay, let's get started. Y'all get you something to drink now. Okay. Oh, outfit of the day. I've almost outgrown it. It's just a pair of blue jean slacks. I don't know if you can see it or not. And an eyelash blouse to hide all them voluptuous curves. My butamus curves. So, okay, let's get started. I really don't know what story I want to tell you. I think I'll tell you a story about a co-worker that I worked with. I can't tell you her name because I didn't ask her if I could tell you about her. Yeah. Anyway, she used to tell stories. She loved her girls to death. Loved them to death. But stories that she would tell that she would do to her kids, her girls. She had 2 girls. And because she said they just played pranks on her all the time, so she would play pranks back. And it's finally starting to cool down, girls. She'd play pranks back. She said one day they come home from school and they come in the house and they was hollering, "Mom, Mom, Mom," and you all are going to think this is horrible. And I couldn't believe it, but I laughed. I couldn't help it because she was dying laughing telling it. But she said her girls would do things to her all the time and scare her to death. So she said one day she thought, you know what, they've scared me for the last time. They're all the time acting like they got a bloody nose or something cut off or, you know, blood coming, holding their hand or bleeding or whatever. And they would have, you know, red or whatever. She would think they was really, really hurt. So she thought, okay, I'm going to get them back. She said they come home from school and they were I think they were in junior high or elementary and junior high. But anyway, they came home together. And they come in the house hollering, "Mom, Mom," and they could hear, or they knew that she was cooking dinner. They could smell the dinner and everything, so they knew that she was home. You know, at that time, I don't know if she was working then, working part-time, or anyway. Yeah, I think she was still working then, or she was working then. And she had laid down in the floor. And when they come in to see if she, you know, to find her, she said that she pretended she was dead. Oh my goodness, she said they was screaming. She said it was all I could do to keep from laughing. They was screaming and everything about her being dead. Isn't that horrible? I think it's horrible. I'm trying to tell funny stories here. Y'all laugh. I know it's horrible. I just, at first I didn't laugh. But then I thought, oh my goodness. You know, and she was dying laughing. After they found out what she did, then they was thinking of things they could do back. So she was just always playing pranks on them. And so that's one story. I'm trying to think of story. Oh, I'm not trying to think of stories. I got stories. I'm just trying to think of what order I want to tell them in. This is true life. This is just, you know, when I worked at the clinic that I worked at, one of the doctors, he, when I first started working there, you know, you got to get your foot in the door. So I started, and I wasn't in nursing then. I was, you know, I had worked at a nursing home, but I was a CNA, and I wasn't in nursing or anything then. And I wasn't even a CNA. So when I first started working there to get my foot in the door, I got in as in housekeeping. So I was there one night, and it was about 12 o'clock at night, because, you know, no, it wasn't about 12 o'clock, because we got off at 11. That was the other place. I went from one place, and it was the other, so I was at the other clinic, the first clinic I worked at. I worked at two at the same time. One, I'd leave at 11 and go to the other and work till 4 a.m. So anyway, yeah, I've held down 3 jobs at one time. Anyway, I took and I was mopping or sweeping or doing something, and I wasn't paying attention. And we have all the lights off except for the room we're working in, or the hallway we're working in, or whatever, you know, so people don't think we're in and try to bring in emergencies. So anyway, that was before the clinic closed that I worked at. But I was back through there, you know, and I was just working away, and all of a sudden, that doctor come up behind me and went, "Boo!" I jumped. He thought that was the funniest thing, and I was ready to hit him with the mop, or whatever I had in my hand. It was either the mop or the broom. And he laughed, and I told him, I said, "I'll get you back for that one." I never did get him back. But, yeah, I've had some funny things happen. And at that clinic, we used to put on a, we used to put on a, at this time of year right here before Halloween, and this is what we would do, things to raise money for our Christmas parties, because the company wouldn't pay for everything, you know, so we would raise money for our Christmas parties, and you wasn't about to get no doctors there to pitch in and have a party for us workers. Well, I had the idea of having the year that I was there, which I was there for 5 or 6 years, and the first year I was there, I got the idea, or the second year I was there, or was it the first? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I had the idea to have a haunted trail, because people love stuff like that. And there was this trail down behind our clinic, so all we had to do is get permission from the city, or the town. It's not a city, it's a small little town, and I knew the mayor. My husband knew the mayor, so he gave us permission. Plus he helped us get it ready, you know, helped us make a way to get down in there. And we took 4-wheelers and pulled trailers and done rides, you know, haunted trail rides. Well, that first year my son helped, and his little girl at the time, I think, was 3, maybe 4 at the most. Well, he took her down in there, and she come through, and he was riding one of the 4-wheelers, and she had him, or he had her, well, she had him wrapped, and he had her sitting right beside of him, you know, on his lap. He took her through, and you go down a hill, like, you know, down a hill, and you go around and then back up a hill. Well, she come up out of there, and she said, "Oh, Daddy, there's some scary shucks down in that hole." And we laughed at her, because she didn't say shucks, she said the other word. She said, "There is some scary, you know what, down in that hole, Daddy." I thought that was so funny. That was the cutest thing, you know, but I didn't want her cussing. But, oh yeah, she is a riot. And speaking of riot, Friday night, not Friday night, Thursday night, they won championship cheerleading, first place. She cheers and she loves it, and they have practiced and practiced. They practice every day. I think they practice 7 days a week, and it paid off. They got first place championship last night, and so I am so proud of her, and I know her daddy's proud of her. She is gorgeous, and I know he's proud of that, but I know he is worrying because he was polishing up the old shotgun because he knew she was going to be a beauty. He knew she was. Of course, his mama is. I'm just joking. Anyway, she tells me that. One time, I'm going to tell you this, and then I'm going to go, and I'm going to tell you this. One time when she was 3 or 4, and I keep all my jewelry in the safe, all my expensive jewelry, because I've been robbed once. Actually, not all the jewelry she's seen, but before that, I would get, my jewelry would be stolen. You know, it got stolen, a bunch of it, about $1,100 worth of it. So as my husband tried buying it back, we got a safe, and we started keeping it in the safe. But I had the safe open, and I was putting on my necklace and earrings. Now she's 13 or 14 now. I'm really not sure. I really can't tell you how old all my grandchildren are. Because 6 of them, and it's hard. I can't tell you. I can tell you their birthdays, the dates, but I can't tell you the years. And I can't get the right date with the right child, but I get the dates, but I can't get the right date with the right child. That's not the story. Anyway, she was about 3 or 4 years old, and she seen me open the safe and was getting my jewelry out, and she said, "Oh, Mama," said, "you got a lot of jewelry in there." And I said, "Yep." I said, "Someday all that's going to be yours and Addie's when Mama dies." And she said, "Oh, Mama, you're too pretty to die." I said, "Pretty or not, someday Mama's going to die." So she's the one, her and Addie. Her name's Heavenly Ann. And her and Addie is the one that nicknamed me Glitzy Granny. But I'm Susie. Susie to you all, and Glitzy Granny to them. So anyway, and I want to keep that special. So that'll be the last time I mention that. But anyway, I love you guys. I want you to come back next Sunday, and I'm going to try to make videos through this week, and so that I can post more, upload more, so that I can visit more with you all, because I miss you. A week's too long to go without seeing you. So if you haven't already, hit the friend button down below, leave me a comment, share me around, because I want to travel. And you're the only way that I'm going to get to travel if you share me around. Stick that thumb up in the air and I'll pick you up on my way. There's a song, "I'll pick you up on my way down." Is that how it goes? I'm not sure. Anyway, y'all tell me how it goes, or tell me about it, or anyway, talk to me now, talk to me. I love you guys. I'll see you this week sometime. I promise. Bye. Love ya. See ya.